In Chapter 9 of Learning Web Development with Seaside, we start a new web application that includes image and CSS styling. We start by launching the Seaside one-click experience and creating a new subclass of WA component named LBMain. We create a class-side method to describe the new application and then a class-side method to register the application with Seaside. On the instance side, we create a renderContentOn method to show that our code is being run. In a workspace, we initialize the class, which registers the application. When we go to a web browser, we can see that our code is being run. Next, we add code to define an image on the main page. The image does not appear because the URL is not correct, and a broken image icon shows in our browser. We can add alternate text for the image, but it does not display in Safari. If we try the same page in Firefox, the alternate text is displayed. Now we can define a full URL to a website that does have the image. When we refresh the page, the image displays. If we want, we can save the image as a file and then create a file library class to hold the image. Executing some Smalltalk code allows us to load the JPEG into our file library class. Now we can modify the render method to use our internal library. If we view the source for the web page, we can see that the image comes from our Smalltalk server. Next, we can add a page title so that the Seaside title is replaced with Los Boquitas. Now we start on the page layout. A typical layout for a website is to have a header, a sidebar, and a main content area, and a footer. We now add these pieces by modifying the render method. Returning to the web browser, we can see that the pieces exist but don't have any formatting. We can add formatting to our file library, then add a reference to the CSS document to our page. When we view the page in the web browser, it now has the layout we want. Our renderContentOn method is rather long and complex. We can refactor it so that there are separate methods for rendering the header, the main content, the sidebar, and the footer. Once we have these four methods, we can modify our main render method to call each of the other methods. It turns out that the copy-paste of the original code inserted spaces rather than tabs, so the reformatting is a bit tedious. When that's done, we can view the application in a web browser and see that the overall layout is what we want. At this point, we can save our Smalltalk code and quit the Seaside one-click experience. For more information, go to seaside.gemstone.com/tutorial.